John spent a lot of time coming up with those 5 notes. And as John said, it can't sound like a song, and it can't sound like a fragment. It's got to be somewhere between a fragment and a song. So it can't be 7 notes, which is a song, and it can't be 4 notes. So he decided mathematically it would be 5 notes. And then I remember one day I came over to his house and he played me about 105 note combinations until together we picked. And that was, and it just sounded right. The first thing that I remember was being forced to finish it before it was really ready to be finished. So I kind of felt that I was being pushed into finishing the movie based on huge corporate matters which I had no ability to comprehend. Something about Columbia facing bankruptcy. The Close Encounters was going to either break the company or it was going to get the company out of the red that it was in. Daniel Melnick, who's the last studio guy when we released Close Encounters, he was the good cop who basically came to me and said, look, take your time. I know you got to finish it, but what can I do to make your life a little bit better? So he had a great bedside manner with directors, and especially with me, and helped me get over the pressure that New York was putting on me to get the movie out in November. But what I didn't understand, I didn't know very much about marketing in those days, but I didn't understand why they would take a film that was supposed to make its money back, at the very least, and release it only in 2 theaters, the Cinerama Dome in Hollywood and the Ziegfeld in New York. But the miracle was we sold out for 6 weeks in Hollywood at the Dome, and 4 weeks we sold out every day at the Ziegfeld. And then I thought, okay, then everybody in the world seeing it in these 2 theaters, who's going to come when we go wide? And we went wide. It was almost like a brand new opening day release. We had tremendous numbers that first day of wide release. But I always think, even to this day, that Columbia would have made even more money on Close Encounters had we opened wide on the same day and didn't platform the film in 2 exclusive runs. But that was their decision to make. But there was a lot of pressure on me to finish the movie because of their corporate, headaches and all the stuff that I didn't know anything about then. I know a little bit more about it now. It was tough. That was the toughest thing because I wasn't able to cut the movie down to size. I wasn't able to shape it properly.
Roy, what are you doing?
I thought maybe I had too much Richard Dreyfuss going crazy building the mountain. Didn't have a chance to edit that down a little bit. And even the effects were rushed. Some of the effects are brilliant, but some of the effects we could have done better on if we had another month or 2. But 3 years later, the special edition was closer to my vision in '77 with a few more moments of investigating other extremely bizarre phenomenon, like that huge ship in the middle of the Gobi Desert. I mean, that was a scene that I wanted to shoot for the first time I made the movie. Didn't have it in the budget, didn't have it in the schedule, so couldn't shoot it, so it wound up in the movie. There were several scenes like that I put in, but the deal with the devil, in this sense, was in order to get the money to shoot the special edition, I had to show the audience something that the marketing department at Columbia felt they wanted to see. I didn't want to see it, but they thought the audience wanted to go inside the ship. So when I said, okay, all right, I'll give you that. We'll show the inside of the ship. Richard will walk on, look around. And now can I have my money to cut and shoot a few extra scenes? Yes, you can have your money. You can do what you want. And it was great. But when I had a chance to combine the 2 versions to the ultimate version, the first thing I did was I excised Richard inside the ship. Because I really, really felt that the inside of that mothership was the exclusive property of the imagination of audiences everywhere. That I should never have gone there. I went there to get the money to make the movie I wanted to make 3 years later, but that's something that shouldn't have been in the picture in the first place. For me, Close Encounters was a work in progress, and even now I still feel like it's a work in progress. But I'm not, don't worry, there will not be a 4th version. This is it. But I felt that I was afforded a rare opportunity to go back into my movie and change it. As I even changed and saw the movie more objectively, I was able to make little tweaks here and there, which made me happy. The image that I've always taken sort of to bed with me at night if I ever flashed on an image from Close Encounters, and I don't have to think of it. It thinks of itself. And the image that always comes to my mind is when the little boy opens the door and all that orange light, yellow light pour across him. When I designed the shot and when I wrote it in the script, for me that was very symbolic of what only a child can do, is to trust the light. You know, open a door when an adult would run and hide and say, don't open the door, lock the door. There's things outside we don't understand, things that could kill us or change us. But the optimism of childhood and opening that door, and light being the presence of everything. Light is the inclusion of all colors, whereas black is the absence of all colors. That light was something that that boy wanted to know more about. And so for me, thematically, Close Encounters is all about children opening doors onto beautiful sources of light. 2007, 21st century, sadly, people have a different interpretation of opening the doors. But back in the 70s, to open the door to a curiosity was a safe experience and something that we all look forward to in our lives.